Zelda games are filled with myths, like for example, you can avoid all fall damage if you land on a horse in Breath of the Wild. And here we are, I'm on top of a mountain and I'm just gonna jump off, glide for a bit, and hopefully land right on my horse and drop. Okay, if I did it right, I should land right on the horse. Here we go. Oh, there we go! No fall damage, a myth confirmed to start this video. And we're gonna be busting a bunch of Zelda myths to see if they're true or false. Starting off with some more basic ones, like there's a secret room behind the lava waterfall in Dodongo's cavern. All right, here goes nothing, just gonna jump into the waterfall and, okay, didn't seem to work there. All right, I'll try the waterfall on the left this time and just go for it, and look at that, I went right through the waterfall. Myth confirmed. And we're gonna keep on building into the more extreme and crazy ones as the video goes on, like a leaked, unreleased remake of Twilight Princess on the 3DS, or a secret Zelda horror game starring Tingle. What? But for now, if you give a dog some meat, apparently he'll lead you to secret treasure. All right, so I found a dog. There you go, just gonna feed him a piece of meat. Here you go, boy. And as you know, dogs can eat meat if you give it to them in Breath of the Wild. So that didn't seem to do much. Do you want some more or something? Oh, he's up. After that, he's leading me. He's off somewhere now. He's acting weird now for some reason. Okay. Oh wait, do I gotta use like metal? Oh, look! He actually led me to treasure. Yeah, what do you get? Forest Dweller's Spear. It kind of sucks, but it looks really cool. Myth confirmed. There's a secret pyramid dungeon in Ocarina of Time. So this myth started when someone played the Song of Storms in the haunted wasteland, which causes lightning to strike. But by doing it in this specific area, the flash of lightning will reveal an odd pyramid-like structure in the distance. Now, because the pyramid is unreachable, many people have speculated that this is a secret dungeon in the game. However, by modding the game, you can remove the fog and move the camera anywhere you want. And by doing this, people have uncovered what this pyramid structure actually is. And it is just simply some cliffs from the Gerudo Fortress that makes a point shape. Myth busted. There's hidden Arwing enemies in Ocarina of Time. Now, if you look online, you can see a lot of videos showing Arwings in the game attacking Link. So are these like secret unlockables or something? Well, not exactly. After some research, I did find that the Arwings are in fact in the game's files. However, they are completely inaccessible to the player. They're not some like secret or anything. The only way to actually see them is by using a hacking device or by directly messing with the game's files. These Arwings do have a purpose of being here, and that is they were used to test the Z targeting in this game. Specifically for the boss Volvagia, who is like this flying fire snake, and it had similar flying patterns as these Arwings. Myth confirmed. Now before we get into the more complex and out there myths later in this video, we have to bust some more simple ones first. Like how you'll get kicked out of the fisher's house if you roll into the fish tank. So let's just try rolling into it. Okay, I'm spooking the fish, so she does say something, but she hasn't kicked me out. So let's just try it again. Oh, this is new. Oh, she still hasn't done it. Okay, she still hasn't kicked us out.
Hey.
That's it. And there you go, she kicks you out. Myth confirmed. You can distract Ganondorf with a fishing rod. You just want to go to your items and equip the fishing rod. And if you cast it out with B here, oh, look at that! He literally just stops, he freezes in place. He's starstruck by a fishing rod. Here, how close can we actually get to him? Oh, you can get like right next to him. Get in, get the fishing rod. That's funny, you can actually do that. Myth confirmed. There's a secret unicorn fountain room in Ocarina of Time. So when people looked at some of the promo footage for Ocarina of Time, they saw this unusual fairy fountain that was never found in the main game. It had a very different looking fairy design and had a statue of some unicorns in the middle. Many people thought it was still in the game, hidden underneath Zora's domain, due to this unusual deep spot here that you can never actually explore since the water is frozen. But many videos online mod the camera to show that this tunnel does in fact track lead to the hidden unicorn fountain. And funny enough, there is actually a glitch to get underneath the ice, so I did exactly that and followed all the steps to execute this glitch to get under the ice and see if this fountain exists. And the supposed unicorn fountain should be right down this little cove here, so if it exists, it should be... No, it should be right there, but it's just a blank wall, meaning the entrance to the unicorn fountain doesn't actually exist. Myth busted! Also, if you're liking these myth videos so far, then let me know by subscribing to the channel, as only 6% of viewers are actually subscribed, because there is a ton of editing and research that goes into these, so that would be super appreciated. Thank you for all the support, guys. The owner of the shooting gallery will ignore you if you don't shoot anything. Alright, so normally when you're in the shooting gallery here, the guy always keeps staring at you. As you can see, I'm going left to right, and his head is following me left to right. But basically, I'm just gonna sit here, I'm not gonna shoot a single shot, and let's see what happens. Okay, so he does say unique dialogue. Look at that. You don't have to play if you don't want to. Oh, and look at him. He won't even look us in the eye. Now he looks away. He's like disgusted at what she just did. What happens if you talk to him? Alright, you don't have to play if you don't want to. He doesn't even let you play again. And look at him. He's just looking off into the distance. That's actually pretty funny. Myth confirmed. You can feed bait to enemies in the Wind Waker. So if you're familiar with the Wind Waker, you know that there's this all-purpose bait item which you can use like this. Basically, you throw it in the water to lure this fish. But apparently this bait will also work for enemies too, so let's try it out with these guys. I'm just gonna throw some bait over here, and oh, look at that. Oh my god, they just don't even care about me anymore. Dude, that's kind of hilarious. Like, oh, okay, they ate it. Throw more bait. Bro, that is wild. They just don't even care about you. And I could just easily kill them just like that, except for that guy. But regardless, myth confirmed. There was a canceled Zelda horror game that starred Tingle as the main character. What? Are you serious? Bits, that's like the most ridiculous thing I've heard all day, I hear you say. Well, I'd say Link with a Nicolas Cage face is a bit more ridiculous than that, but fair point. Now this may not sound as far-fetched when you look at all the different Tingle-themed games that only came out in Japan. And after all those games, the developer Vanpool wanted to make one more Tingle game, but this time creating a Tingle horror game as they called it. And they actually started development of it too. This was all confirmed in an interview with the Nintendo producer Kensuke Tanabe. And when talking about that game, he also said it was quickly cancelled right after for, and I quote, a variety of reasons. But the Tingle horror game was actually converted into Dylan's Rolling Western on the 3DS. Huh, the more you know. Myth confirmed. There's an unreleased Wind Waker remake in the style of Twilight Princess. In the years leading up to the release of Twilight Princess, the gaming magazine Electronic Gaming Monthly revealed that people who pre-ordered Twilight Princess will actually get a brand new remake of the Wind Waker as a bonus. They had a whole article about it with a screenshot of the remake showing a before and after of how the graphics would be upgraded. This actually made a lot of sense, as many people at the time didn't like the Wind Waker art style and loved the Twilight Princess style when it was revealed. Unfortunately though, this did turn out to be a hoax, and it was an April Fool's joke by the magazine. Geez, what is with all these myths that turn out to be April Fool jokes, huh? Myth busted. You can regrow heart plants by watering them in Skyward Sword. And here's one of the heart plants. Normally, okay, so you just get the heart and that's it, you know, that's its purpose. But apparently you can regrow the heart if you just water it again. So I'm just gonna water it. And, oh, damn, a heart actually grows back. Well, that's kind of cool. So you can technically get infinite hearts that way. That might not be the fastest way, but you can still do it from a single plant. Myth confirmed. You can beat the Running Man in a race in Ocarina of Time. So the Running Man is this character that challenges you to a race to Kokiri Forest. Now you can run and run until your heart's content, but the running man will always beat you by 1 second. Or so we thought, because there is a video online that shows a player actually winning this race. The running man even has unique dialogue that he says when losing. However, according to the guy who uploaded this, the methods to win were very odd and unconventional. Basically, you were supposed to travel back in time and then wait at the finish line for 7 days in real time in which the running man would arrive. This already raised suspicions if it was real or not. But then, people accessed a text dump of this game which showed no sign of this winning dialogue being in the game's code at all, meaning he most likely just changed some of the text code in this fake video. Myth busted! Link is actually dead throughout the entirety of Majora's Mask. This all spawned from a very popular game theory video that claimed Link was dead throughout the entire game, and this game simply represented Link in purgatory in order to accept his death. And it was a very well made and convincing theory that caused a really big debate whether this was true or not. But even with all these great points supporting this theory, as time passed, many other people applied counter arguments that poked holes in it. However, at the end of the day, to seal the deal, the director of the Zelda series, Eiji Aonuma, even confirmed several parts of this theory to not be true when he was asked about it in interviews. Things like the origin of the name Termina and the 5 stages of grief theory. So, myth busted. No monsters will spawn in Hyrule Field if you wear the bunny hood. Okay, so it is officially nighttime. The drawbridge just went up and the skeletons already spawned. So I'm just gonna take care of them and put on the bunny hood. And now I'll just turn around and wait and see if any more skeletons spawn. Okay, well, it looks like it's morning time now, and literally not a single skeleton spawned. The drawbridge is going down. That is totally true. No enemies will spawn with the bunny hood. Okay, and I also wanted to test just running around in the dark, and it seems like the result is the exact same. No skeletons will spawn while doing this either. Myth confirmed. There was a canceled game called Zelda Valley of the Flood. So basically, there was a secret interview with Zelda series director Eiji Aonuma that was leaked in many online forums in 2008. In the interview, Aonuma described an in-development Zelda game that took place right before the Wind Waker. It had a much darker tone and had a steampunk-esque style. In the game, you wouldn't play as the hero this time, but rather just a normal boy trying to fight evil. You would ultimately fail in the game, causing the gods to flood that land, which would create the Hyrule we see in Wind Waker. Even the supposed title screen for this game was released online too. Now this all seems fine and dandy, until the original image for this title screen was found on DeviantArt and was posted way back in 2004. After that, it came out that the interview with Eiji Aonuma was entirely fake and never actually happened, completely squishing all chances that this was ever a real Zelda game. Myth busted. Lizalfos can't see you if you stand under their chin. Okay, so for this one I need to be real sneaky here. I gotta get under his chin without him noticing. Okay, easy does it. He's lying down. Now what do I do? I gotta make him alerted. How do I do this? Oh! Look, he can't actually see me. He's alerted. He knows I'm somewhere. Oh, that's wild. You can hide in plain sight right under their nose. Okay, going in for round 2 here. He doesn't notice me. Yeah, look, you gotta be pretty close to his body, but still, if you just stay here, he actually doesn't even notice you. What if I stand up? Oh, I can even stand up and it still works. That's kinda crazy. Myth confirmed. You can actually obtain the Triforce as an item in Ocarina of Time. This myth started from early videos of this game that show actual footage of Link obtaining this item. And in the center where all the Sage medallions are in your inventory, there's an outline for the Triforce, which looks like the outlines for the medallions before you collect them. So it looked like the Triforce item would fit there, which caused even more speculation. This one woman then even posted pictures on a Zelda forum of her collecting this supposed Triforce item. She claimed she got it by playing the song called Overture of Sages, a melody no one had ever never heard of before this point. However, when people closer inspected the screenshots, there was some odd things in them, like how Link's sword is on the wrong side in this picture, for example. Then people went into the game files and found no trace of the song that she used either. After that, the person who posted these pictures revealed it to be one big made-up hoax. Myth busted! There was an unreleased remake of Twilight Princess on the 3DS. This myth spawned when multiple videos released online revealing this supposed remake. The first of which showed an actual DS cartridge of the game that the person in the video showed to be working on a DS. The next video was even more intriguing as it had someone actually playing the intro to Twilight Princess on a 3DS this time, and it showed the functionality of both screens. But this gained even more attention and popularity when the biggest bit of proof was found. At a Zelda Symphony in Germany, there was this one person with the 3DS that had Twilight Princess 3D as their most recently played game. And this was discovered by many people there when they used their 3DS's Street Pass with this person. Now that all sounds very convincing, right? Well, it turns out the 3DS video and the person who had the remake on Street Pass were both from a hacked 3DS, and it was just a fake hacked game. As for the DS copy, that one was actually official, but it wasn't a game. This cartridge was never for sale, but only given out to the press at E3 2005. All this cartridge does is play the trailer for the game. Myth busted! And that's all for now. Take care, everyone.